Well, guys, it's another week of Allcraft. We just started, maybe like now it's a little bit more than a week, to be fair. It's like 8 or 9 days, realistically, whenever we get this all edited and uploaded. But we're doing our best, okay? We're doing our best. How was it the first day back?
It did really fucking well. And I mean, like, look, that was just a casual reconnecting.
1.5 million what the fuck is wrong with you guys? God damn.
It's crazy.
Damn.
Nothing was going on that day, man.
Yeah, what was that? Was it?
I can only imagine how good this episode is going to do, especially because it's a special episode.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to rank all of the countries in the world that have oil reserves and weak military forces, and we're going to figure out where we're dropping next week.
They're all going to be an S tier, by the way.
There's a lot, bro. A lot of targets on the horizon, man. But yeah, no, the episode was crazy to just come back. For me, it kind of felt like, I mean, you've been doing this nonstop.
I have been doing it nonstop. Yes.
Like the longest I can think of without you going on like a random break because you can't beat Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Usually you rage quit and disappear. You've been consistent though for like
3 years. It's been like, four or 5 years.
Like
yeah,
that.
basically. I mean, if you include like alt stream stuff, I've been consistent more than I wasn't consistent. It was only like really 2 years where I was like really off and on. And then I was like, okay, fuck it. Let's just stream every day. It doesn't matter.
I feel like the second that you switched to Zachrar was when you started to get more consistent.
Yeah, I didn't really give a shit at that point, right?
Yeah.
Because it was like a psychological thing, right? More than anything else.
I remember like when you were thinking about doing it.
Yeah.
And it was just like, dude, when you first started Zachrar, I'm not going to lie, I was like legitimately worried about you. Because I would tune in. I'd be like, oh man, what's Zach doing right now? And you would just be in the golden saucer every night for like 12 hours after you just streamed all day.
And I would just be talking. And it would be I would be talking about like some bullshit too. I'd be arguing with like 3 people in chat. And I'd be like, you're so stupid. I hate you. Everybody's stupid except me. And it's like 3 or 4 in the morning. I've got to be live at 9 a.m. And it's just like, okay, this is just... And I've already been live for 6 hours, 8 hours that day. It's 3 hours into the second stream, and I'm just fighting with people with no cam on. And it's like the music in the background, boop, 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 boop.
It's just like the most like fairy-esque music.
Yes, exactly. And like, those were the early Zachrar streams. Or doing... crafting in New World, gathering in New World, talking about politics.
Dude, I'll never forget New World beta.
That was really fun.
It was so much fun. I was in Ukraine.
Yeah.
And I remember when the beta was out, that's when we actually came up with the name OTK.
Uh-huh.
And you were gone though when we came up with the name OTK.
I did.
I've seen
it was your idea.
Yes, but kind of.
Yes.
There was one other person there too. Basically we couldn't come up with anything. Completely stuck. And then I was like, yo, I need a few minutes. And this is the first time that I had really talked to him. The creative genius behind OTK. Everything was him. But we and he totally made it.
So true.
But I couldn't come up with anything, and he couldn't come up with anything. And later learned that both of us, our biggest weakness was coming up with titles for shit. We always struggled with coming up with titles for shit.
Yeah.
It's I feel like it's kind of a hard thing in general, but I took a break to play Magic the Gathering. Yeah. And my deck was a 1-turn kill dragon deck, and it was called OTK Dragon. I was like, what we call it OTK? We did it. We didn't have anything that was like standing for.
Yeah, it didn't stand for anything.
It was just 3 letters. Yeah. And then you came up with the One True King.
Yeah, basically.
Tips to this day says I'm not
actually, so this is what I remember. I remember that we were working with like people that were helping us come up with branding, and then like some other random person came up with like different things that the acronym would fit for. And I think that we were like, oh, that sounds cool. Yeah, let's go with that.
You remember what S-Fan wanted to name it?
Tribe? Like we were gonna do
that was on the list. That was on the list.
Yeah.
S-Fan wanted to name it Prime. Yes. S-Fan really wanted to name it Prime.
God, yes.
And he just like kept bringing it. But then like everything like then there was Twitch Prime. Then Logan Paul had Prime.
Oh, that's right, because we thought that basically we couldn't use Prime because Amazon would sue us. Yeah, exactly. And we were like, okay, Amazon's really big. Let's just, and I think that we talked to like some like legal team or something like that, and they were like, yeah, guys, why don't you come up with another name?
Like, we
You know,
can't.
like, that's it.
We're streamers. We don't come up with unique ideas,
Yeah,
bro.
we just use the same copy paste title for 3 months.
Yeah, I mean, well, I'm trying to think how long we actually sat there just trying to figure out shit like that. Like, it's so
Like
fucking
a month.
funny.
I mean,
There's
we were
one thing
fucking around for like
no,
a month doing
longer,
that stuff. Yeah.
longer. Because funny enough, I don't want to say his name right now
Uh-huh.
because usually he's the one who's saying your name at this point.
Yeah.
But if you remember, we were in a Discord group with him. We were
Uh-huh.
thinking about having him join, which just would have been crazy timeline.
Yeah.
There were almost 2 extra people in, right?
Yep.
Very early before we even talked to NMP.
Mhm.
But we spent months, and it's so funny because I think if there's one thing that I really learned from you over the years, is that I'm retarded. And
Is that right?
yeah, I will.
Yeah.
I will focus on the tiniest little detail.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, we got to do this right, and it's so important. When you've always focused on consistency.
I don't give a fuck. Like something is messed up. Okay, of course it is. That's life. Of course everything's messed up. Everything's broken. Nothing works. Okay, well, we got to go live. There it is. Hello.
There is a level.
Mic doesn't work.
There
Yeah.
is a level though where it's like I credit you with being just like, I'm like, oh yeah, he's so smart. He understands the consistency. But at the end of the day, how much of it is just because you're the laziest?
I'm a lazy piece of shit. No, there's not like, and this is another thing, is that like everybody's like, oh wow, Asmon lives a very simple life and he doesn't spend money. He's so humble. The reason why I don't want to waste my time buying stuff, I don't give a shit. And so it's not like I have some sort of like aesthetic lifestyle. I have a nice car. It's a nice car. It is what it is. I just don't care. I literally don't care. And that's been my primary focus for everything, is just not giving a shit.
The thing is, I think you will live this exact way until you meet a chick and it's going to get completely derailed. Because the thing is I feel like we were very similar in a lot of ways, where it was just like the goal that I have for myself and how I want to live my life is so obtainable. Like straight up, it's like I want to play Path of Exile as much as possible.
Yeah, I want to play video games.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I don't want to worry about like
money.
When I buy food, I don't want to have to think about it.
Yeah,
I
like
want
how
to be
much is on the debit card.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like I want to be able to, and if I have that level of comfort, that's all that matters.
Yeah, I'm good.
If there's trash on the floor, it's like I know I have the ability to clean it
You
up.
just pick it up and you put it in the garbage or not. It doesn't matter.
Eventually you will.
Yeah.
And then sometimes like you just don't. And then like if you leave a problem long enough, usually somebody else will clean it up for you. Like like if I had garbage in my room, my roommate every now and then would just clean it up and I'd be like, oh, thanks, man. I'll buy you buy him a soda or something like that. Say thank you. That doesn't happen when you have a girlfriend.
Yeah, it does.
No, it doesn't.
I ignored my girlfriend. She went away.
I gotta try that, bro.
So yeah, I think it works. Yeah, what are you talking about?
The amount of insane interactions where I feel like I'm talking to a broken.
Yeah.
Oh God, she's gonna kill me. Listen to this.
Yeah.
Bro, listen to this. So I'm getting ready to fly out today.
Yeah, sure.
So basically, when we do Allcraft, it takes me about 8 hours to get here. Right?
Yeah, back and forth, sure. All things considered,
I gotta
everything-
drive.
yeah,
I gotta go on the plane. You gotta sit for a little bit, sleep on the plane, get to the place, and then I usually crash for a little bit. It takes me a minute to get here, right? It doesn't bother me a single bit because I have my AirPods. I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna listen to some stuff. I'm gonna catch up on like gaming news, Warhammer shit. I relax.
Yeah,
it's nice. I'm looking for my AirPods. Can't find them. Put on the app, the Find My app. They're at a random ass fucking like spa.
So they're gone.
I'm like, I didn't go to a fucking spa.
Yeah.
Honey.
Oh.
I go, where are my AirPods? This is the craziest shit ever.
Yeah.
She goes, oh, I grabbed them. I get what happened. I thought that they were mine, but then when I opened up my purse, I had 2, so I figured the one wasn't mine, so I left it there. she was just like, oh, these aren't mine. She took
I don't need
shit.
these. Yeah.
She left it at the fucking spot. And then, so I'm like, yo, you gotta let me borrow your AirPod. I'm about to travel. She finally let me do it, and she was like, you're not gonna thank me?
Oh,
You made the problem.
Yeah. You should be thanking me. Yeah, for being mad.
Yeah, right?
Fuck.
That's every day of being in a relationship.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Are you ready for that?
Oh, I don't know about that. That's a lot. I mean, usually, as I said, I believe my dad told me one time there is no problem big enough that you can't run away from it. That's it. And it doesn't matter how big of an issue it is. All you have to do is run fast enough or far enough away, and it'll be gone. You don't have to worry about it. So I've had that mentality. It's like ignore your problems. Like this whole thing, they tell you growing up, oh, don't ignore your problems. They won't go away. Actually, most problems do go away when you ignore them. I ignored my girlfriend. She went away. I ignored my teeth. They went away too. So the fact is, like, actually, you'd really be surprised how many things aren't really a problem at all. You just have to ignore them with enough resolve and enough willpower. Most problems will go away if you ignore them.
Yeah, I saw you talking about some shit the other day. You like were saying that your mouth is trans. I was like, wait, what is he saying?
Yes. Okay, that's wasn't what my point was, right? But like, yes, kind of.
I'm like,
okay.
damn, I gotta hang out with this guy. His mouth, I don't know what his mouth is gonna be up to.
It made sense in the context. I was like, people were like, well, what do you think about being trans? And I was like, well, like whenever I was missing a tooth, I was like, well, that's not the way I feel like I look. But then it's like, okay, well, if you have a gender dysphoria, that's like 1,000x of the same thing, right? That was what I was trying to say. So I was like, oh, I get where they're coming from because like I've kind of had this in like a tiny little thing. Yeah. And so you have that for your whole body. It's like, holy shit, that's going to be stressful. And so that was the point I was making, right? And I think it made sense.
I think it made sense.
There were people that were on Reddit that were even like they were mad that they couldn't get mad. That was it.
Yeah, I mean, I felt like it made sense. And you were like, I think the hardest thing as a human being is understanding somebody else's experiences and being accepted when it's so different than your own. So like taking the time to put yourself in somebody else's shoes. And we used to have television shows that would help you do that, like Battlestar Galactica, shit like that, right? You actually like now though, it's all just like straight fucking slop. So you're never actually given that opportunity. All they do is make the person who's not the main character appear to be like evil or retarded to like elevate their...
Or problematic in one way or another. Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, it's like most of the things that other people experience, you've experienced on like usually a smaller or a different degree. Right? It's like if somebody's ever been hurt or, disabled or something, you've probably had a situation in your life where you weren't able to do something in the way that you feel like you should be able to do it, right?
Yeah.
So it's about like, it's not about being able to have like a one-for-one experience, but it's being able to like put yourself in the mind that you had in that experience and then try to extrapolate it into like a bigger experience or smaller experience for another person, right?
Yeah.
Because like for me, for example, like I get a lot of people on the internet that don't like me. Okay, happens a lot. And so
there's even some people in this room who don't like you.
Yeah, probably, right? I mean, there's at least 2 people. So you've at least got one, right? And so anyway, the point though is that like very clearly, like you're going to be dealing with that all the time. I deal with that constantly. But other people will tell me like, oh, they're dealing with it. And like, in my mind, I might think for a second like, oh, okay, well, like your problem isn't real because my problem is like a lot more serious and it happens like on a much larger scale. But the reality is like for that person, that smaller level of it is bigger in their mind because of like a tolerance. It's like a drug tolerance almost, right? And like the more that you have it happen to you, the more you get used to it. But like if you take that out of your mind and you think about it from their perspective and you try to feel how they feel, you can do that, even though it's a lot smaller necessarily than what you were, right?
The craziest thing...
I think it's not that hard.
The craziest thing about being a human, I think I've realized...
Yeah.
Over the years, it's funny because like a lot of what you're saying is like having a mastery of understanding or like of something.
Sure.
And a lot of the times when you look at something, it's like we've played WoW for over 10,000 hours. So
30.
when you play another video game, you like compare it to like a WoW raid or something like that. If you do like you have this frame of reference where you've put a bunch of time into it. You get that with being a human.
You know what S-Fan said?
Huh.
So basically,
please tell me that you're not going to talk about seal twisting right now because
it's even better. So. Pretty much, and like he's been playing WoW even more than I am now because I haven't really been playing
for sure.
And so
I watch him play all the time now.
And so he's telling me, like, I'm telling him, like, oh yeah, like my dad said, like, this person should get this person should get that. And then I told my dad, I'm like, well, I'm getting the car, right? And he's like, yeah, you're getting the car. And I'm like, okay, here's the video. I'm getting the car, right? He says, you're getting the car. I said, okay. And Esfand is like, well, so wait a minute. So you mass Jeweled the mount? And I was like, well, yeah, actually.
That's the thing.
It's a nice mount.
All life experiences you
Yeah.
kind of have like these frames of references, and that's the best way to walk into somebody else's shoes. Like I totally agree with that. And the funny thing that you learn with life is there's no such thing as scale.
Yeah.
No matter what a person is dealing with, their problem is the biggest problem in the world.
Yeah.
And the things that they're happy about are the best things in the world.
Of course.
It's just universal.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, there's people, like, it's undeniable that whatever problem you have is probably a fraction of the challenge and stress that somebody who's living in Africa, like, let's say they're living in Sudan or Somalia or like one of these other like PvP server countries. And it's awful, right? It's awful. Like, they're dealing with like all kinds of corruption, violence, everything. And like, so it's like your issue of like, maybe student loans for you is horrible, but for them, maybe they got their leg cut off.
Student loans? You mean Jewish daycare?
No.
I saw that on your subreddit.
No, that's not Jewish Jewish daycare. It's Jewish adult daycare is HR. Okay? Yeah, no.
I saw that. I was just like, holy shit. I was like,
student loans are Jewish slavery.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a little bit different, okay, guys? Yeah.
I saw that shit. I texted every single person I knew, like, I could send them that shit. But
Yes.
yeah, no. But the funny thing is I don't. Perspective is not something like there is never a single moment where somebody's dealing with a problem and they go, oh, somebody's starving somewhere else in the world. When they're dealing with the problem they're dealing with, but the good side about being like the positive side of that is I think that if you sit with a problem long enough, humans kind of adapt. And it always you beat it. You can beat it. Like, you legitimately can beat it. I'm not saying that, somebody who's starving can beat it.
Well, I mean, if they can find food, they can.
Exactly.
Right? That's what people do.
But
I mean,
they're
how
not
do you
gonna
think
learn
people
how to,
stop
like,
starving?
They're not going to turn into a breatharian or whatever,
As far as I know, no.
Yeah. Nobody's actually cracked that yet besides that one Ukrainian chick, right?
One guy, yeah. He's an Indian dude or something like that.
Yeah.
He's like at 90 years old, say he didn't eat food for like 60 years. Yeah, like, what the fuck are you talking about? You could do that. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know if I believe that guy.
Yeah, I don't believe that either. I thought it was cool. I thought it was really cool.
There was the one chick who said that she had trained her body to photosynthesize and then she died.
Yeah, well, it didn't work, I guess.
Yeah, it didn't work for her.
Yeah.
She's making too much chlorophyll or something.
Yeah, can't win them all. No, I mean, so I think it's a matter of, like, it's something like on the internet in general. People generally don't want to try to see things from another person's perspective, right? You don't even really have to agree with their perspective, but I think that there's like a huge issue online that you can't even, like, if you ask a lot of people on the internet, can you accurately express or conceptualize the other person's viewpoint? They're not really able even to do that. And I think that's a fundamental problem.
It's because they're not there. Like, humans are not hardwired to care about people who are super far away from them. Like, the whole thing is like, if I'm sitting in a room with you, it's easy to understand you and see you as a human.
It's proximity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if you look back to like a lot of religions, even like if you look back to like Judaism, Christianity, and like Islam, like all of these traditions, they usually focus on the family first, then the community, and then they kind of move out in like different circles.
Works like that.
Yeah, because that's kind of just what
that's the way you're wired. That makes it. Obviously, you're going to care more about your family than just other like random friends generally, right? You're going to care more about random friends than random people. You're going to care about more random people in your country and your community more than other communities. It's all like kind of common sense that's manifested into like an ideology, but it's just basic human behavior and thinking, right? It's nothing that's super complex.
But
I think it's obvious.
It actually causes people to act out of their own self-interest, though. Because the funny thing about the internet right now is people see one piece of information.
Yeah, they do.
They don't dive any deeper. They attack whatever it is to then make themselves feel better about themselves.
Oh, yeah.
And feel like they're superior in some ways. That's then their purpose in life. They get a giant dopamine hit from likes. They decide to say something not based off of whether or not it's actually what they believe.
Well, they get anchored in an ideology, and so if they get new information, they can't. They don't want to go back on what they originally thought, because that would be like admitting they're wrong.
Yeah. That's why they call you Asmongold, I saw.
I've heard about that today, yeah.
I was dying,
Exactly.
I like the nicknames for you, bro. I really fucking do. I sit there and I'm just like, Asmon mine, what? But yeah, there's
a clever one.
That one's good.
I like that one.
That one's really good.
Yeah.
I like it too, bro. I'm not going to lie. I like it too. But you look at that shit and you see it and you just realize that what it causes people to do when they have a conversation.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring up Nick Fuentes right now.
Oh.
So the thing with Nick Fuentes, right?
Yeah.
I disagree with a lot of the shit that he says.
Sure.
Okay. But when you look at someone like Piers Morgan talking to him, because of this whole mindset that people are in right now, instead of approaching Nick Fuentes with a level of just respect.
Yeah.
I'm not saying like, oh, you should treat everybody, regardless of what they think, with a level of respect if you want to have an honest conversation and actually change their opinion or disagree with them on something. Because if you don't, you're never going to change.
Well, I think that Piers, what he really did wrong is that he attacked the optics around Nick's arguments rather than the arguments themselves. And it's mainly whenever you're attacking the way that something sounds and you basically like repeat it back to them and it's like something that sounds like really awful or whatever. But then when the person just says, yeah, I believe that, you're effectively, you're stuck there and you've run out of bullets, right? You're done. And so it's like, yeah, obviously that's what they said. And so I think the problem is that Piers Morgan, like, he's still part of the old media perspective that the narrative is completely controlled and there's inside of it a very, very defined Overton window of like what political opinions are acceptable and not. And so if somebody exists outside of that window and they're unapologetic for it, there is a level of, I think, charisma that brings, because I think people like the idea of the maverick. They like the idea of the outsider. And I think that's something that, like, you know, like you look at, you know, Zoran Mandami, right? I mean, like, he was another
he's the opposite.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But these are two sides of the same coin, not identical, but like, I mean, they're basically outsiders that are coming from things. And instead of existing inside of the frame of conversation that's already been defined, they create their own frame, or they expand the frame to include themselves. And I think that there's a lot of charisma that comes with that if you're able to do it in a way that is it's appealing to people.
Well, there's a lot of coverage around it too, because it's easy to clip. It's like in today's media,
it's
it works
shocking,
really well.
and people are like, "Oh my God, wow, he's saying this," and it's like, and the problem is that even with Mamdani, I mean, I don't agree with Mamdani about everything. I don't agree with, you know, Nick Fuentes about everything. But there are some things that they get right. You know, like you have like a lot of these apartment buildings that are like fucked up in New York. Like, that's bad. Like, you should fix that. That's an identifiable problem. Now, did it come from rent control? Did it come from greedy landlords? You can define that, but like you've correctly identified a real problem that everybody that's living there has.
And look, now that can also be a dangerous precedent where it's like, oh yeah, there's a kernel of truth there, so it doesn't matter what's said. So I'm not going that far, and I know what you mean.
No.
I know what you mean, and
course.
I know you're not saying that, right? Because like the best propaganda and things like that are always going to be rooted in something that's believable.
Yeah, and that's why mainstream media is very good, right, at doing this thing, is that they usually manipulate the truth rather than tell a lie. Like, it's very rare that they will just go out and completely manufacture something entirely. They'll usually misrepresent some element of it and then base a narrative off of that misrepresentation.
Right.
And I think that's true.
And that's like one of the reasons too. And you know, that's why I've had problems with certain things that like RFK said personally, because I'm like, yeah, there is. If you say, oh, I want people to be more healthy, who the fuck doesn't?
Right.
You know what I mean? But then some of the stuff he says, I might not agree with. Some of it I will, some of it I don't.
Yeah.
And you know, if you just say, oh, because it's based on that core idea, you're not doing service to yourself. But the reason why I said all that stuff, even with like Piers Morgan, you brought up the idea of attacking different. I just think it's attacking in general, because the second that you go at somebody and you're just like, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. What are they supposed to say besides not engage in the conversation
No, I'm not.
and be defensive? The second that you use violent communication like that, so people aren't going to be able to respond. And I think that it's crazy because I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen anybody actually just like sit down with people like Nick, or even with somebody like Zoran, and when they don't like him, just actually have an honest conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
And just be like, okay, like, why did you come to this conclusion? Why do you think that buses should be free? Like, okay, well, what's that called? Like, if you don't attack the person, that's when you actually have a discourse, and that's when people get better as a society.
I think that's the problem, though, is that basically, and I think it started really, I mean, like you could say, I think that like whenever we talk about when it started, I bet there's people that are like our parents' age that were like, no, actually it started at this point, and their parents are probably like, no, it actually started at this point. Yeah, like, well, you know, in the Nixon debate with JFK, it was on television and the radio, and you know that's a big point that a lot of boomers bring up, right?
Yeah.
But I think that it's just become more and more in order to engage more people into the political process, because you see voter numbers are going up. And I think that one of the reasons why voter numbers are going up, very obviously, of course, it's the population. But beyond that, you also have politics becoming more accessible because conversations are based inside of like personal truths, right? Rather than policy decisions. Like you don't really hear people talking about, for example, interest rates, or you don't hear them talking about, the Federal Reserve. Like I remember in 2008, that was a very big topic, like Federal Reserve. And this was like how this is going to work and interest rates and everything. Because it was like right off of the heels of like the massive fucking financial crisis. And so this was a big topic, but it was also a topic that was inaccessible to the general public. And I think that if you let everybody vote, then you run on issues like, for example, a trans issue. Everybody knows what a man and a woman is, and everybody has an opinion on what a man and a woman is. Like that opinion and that topic is accessible to everybody.
According to my girlfriend, I don't know what a man is.
Well, right, of course. Of course. Well, I mean, shit. The thing is, the difference, though, is that, like, you have, like, everybody can have an opinion, though.
Yeah,
everybody can have, everybody thinks, like, okay, this is the right way, that's the wrong way. And I'm not, like, advocating for anything. I'm just saying that, it's something that is, it is a personal human truth that everybody can have an opinion on.
Look,
and it's the same as like, there's like a bunch of other issues. Like for example, immigration is a personal truth. And so like you have these different issues, and there's basically identity politics. Identity politics makes politics way more accessible for an average person. And I think that tapping into that is like a huge, huge reason why you have a lot of the candidates that you have now.
I think there's another side to the accessibility. I mean, first of all, our experiences have changed, right? Like, even personally, like the second that I played Final Fantasy 14, I knew that there were infinite genders, right? Like that just happens, right? Like, oh, bunny girls exist.
Everybody knows.
Everybody knows. Dude, it's actually crazy. I looked at my Twitch stats the other day. 47% male, 3% female, 50% other.
47% male? That's that low?
Yeah, 50% other.
What the fuck?
Final Fantasy 14, baby. You should keep streaming it.
So,
yeah. But the thing is accessibility is part of it. But I also think it's that search for purpose. We talked about this a little bit last week too.
Yeah.
I think that the younger people now, they care much more about politics because their entire world is based around people talking about their opinions.
Yeah.
And did you ever read? I don't fully subscribe to it, but I think that there's a lot to learn from it. I'm trying to remember what the book is called. The one with the 4 turnings. Are you familiar with that idea?
Vaguely.
It's like very vague idea to it. Is that history kind of repeats itself and generations.
Yes. Okay.
Generations have like similar
there's
identities.
Like authoritarian, and then it goes to
exactly.
like something else.
And they all react to each other, and it kind of loops. And then now the part that I don't subscribe to as much is it basically does that to predict wars and things like that. I've seen like a lot of things but I do think from a generational identity standpoint, there's a lot there. And when you look at this generation, they're so focused on the individual. Where our parents were not as focused on that. They were more focused on the family. They were much more trusting of corporations.
They were.
Of like big titles like that. So I think that shift has caused people to be much more vocal because that's what they think matters more than being a part of a greater whole.
Well, it's also that people can go out there and express their opinion now. Like back in the day, you had a lot of people, and I think that like the internet acts as like a force multiplier for any level of radicalization. Because like you could have every village idiot that believes that the earth is flat sitting in their room, and they just had that idea in the back of their mind that the earth was flat. But then whenever you connect all the village idiots together, well, now you have the flat earth society. And so like then now they're believing that there's like people that live in the middle of the earth, and there's people that are living, and like you basically like you have, you know, this like multiplier effect on these radicalized people. And then I think they radicalize each other even further beyond what they originally were.
You're
and I think
so
that's
right.
absolutely what happens.
That's where all the feet people came from all of a sudden. Like, you know, that's where all the furries,
Yeah.
like the second that
Like there is somebody that like probably grew up, like there's the thing, like you grew up and you're like, oh, I remember Lola Bunny. She was cute from Space Jam, right? And it's like, you don't really think about
damn,
this
you
again,
didn't even
right?
have to think for a second to come up with that example.
Absolutely not. That is no.
It was loaded up.
Of course it is. Of course. Lola
You really
Bunny.
had to get that off your chest.
Lola Bunny, Low Punny, fucking Gardevoir. Let me think. Where are the other ones?
Gardevoir?
Yes.
Next you're going to say Vaporeon, you freak.
Who's 74 pounds. And, you know, it's very, very compatible with human behavior. And yes, no, I know all about it, okay? No, and everybody's joking about this, but every single... No, okay, not everybody's joking about this, right? But, like, some people are joking about this. Other people were, like, halfway joking, but then whenever they go on DeviantArt and they see other people and they're not joking at all, they say, you know what? Actually, I'm not joking either. And so then they get into it.
Yeah.
Yes, they get into it. And so I think, yes, you're right. I think there was like some meme where it's like, you know, before the internet, you tell somebody you like toasters and they tell you like, shut up, retard. And then you just go and live the rest of your life.
You get bullied.
Yeah, exactly. And then you stop liking toasters and you're able to just like, I don't know, have a job and like a family. And everything. Now you say you like toasters, you go on the internet, you find a community of 1,000 people that also like toasters. You ruin your entire fucking life.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
yeah, there it is. Like you've got people, you know, attracted to animals that aren't real. You know, like fucking fixating on Pokemon. Like, isn't it problematic that the highest results for the Pokemon in like any sort of like DeviantArt porn search terms aren't the trainers? They're not the real girls. They're the Pokemon. That's a problem.
When were you searching that?
I saw it.
Yeah, how?
Because actually, I'll tell you the reason why. Because Pornhub puts out a listing. And they put out a list. Now, I think they might be stopping doing this because it's like, oh, why is it that the Fortnite version of Chun-Li was a higher ranking than Chun-Li from Street Fighter 6? What's the average age of people that play Fortnite? Ah, geez, I wonder what this is, right? And so, yeah, so they had a listing for this, and they would show, it was like a tier list of the most popular female, like, video game characters that everybody would look up, right?
Yeah.
And so that's how I know about it. Well, it was male, too, because Sonic was on the list.
So you were just like sitting there reading the Pornhub newsletter.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, interesting. Yeah, stocks are going up in Gay Luigi.
Yeah, Low Punny stocks are going up again. Huh? Wow. Oh, it's a new Pokemon this game this year. Of course.
Which one's low? Oh, the evolution of Bunnery Bee.
I have no idea. I just know the meme.
That's wow. Yeah, I knew the Vaporeon one, and I knew Gardevoir. I didn't realize that there were even more now.
Oh no, there's a lot of them, and then there's like yeah. And so anyway, it's oh boy, what is this?
What's this?
This is the list. Yeah, most searched for video games. Of course, obviously, it's Genshin Impact at the very top. And what's this here? Let me see. Can I read the other ones? And yeah, zoom in a little bit more. That way, it's even easier to see. Where the hell did it go? And yeah, these are the lists here. And so you have a lot of these games. Genshin Impact makes sense, right? And you know what's actually problematic? Do you know what the character from a Genshin Impact is that they're searching?
Oh, God.
One of the top characters?
Oh, no, I don't want to know. I'm going to pretend that it's gone you.
The slime.
Wait, what? The slime?
Surprise.
What do they want? What are they?
Surprise.
Wait, what?
Wow.
What?
Yep, there you go.
I don't get it. What's the slime do?
Well, then there you go. And so I don't know. It's just how it is. And so yeah, you've got a lot of it. Yeah, and you can see then they have a tier list ranking of all these different characters.
Damn,
and
One
everything.
Piece is low.
Yeah, One Piece is low.
See,
I think it's going to be way higher.
I'm surprised Baldur's Gate. I mean, you don't know this. I'm surprised Baldur's Gate's that high because the game itself is just porn.
Yeah, you can fuck all of them. I'm pretty sure, right?
I'm not
And
gonna.
so-
this is a little bit of a spoiler. I know you didn't play.
Well,
it.
I mean, I think everybody. It's just kind of like this is known,
Well,
right?
I'm going to tell you one little tiny spoiler
Yeah.
potentially. If you play the Warlock, so I didn't make my own character. I played one of the preset ones because in Divinity it was always better to do that because you got extra story. So I picked Will, who's like the Warlock character.
Okay.
Bro, you get to have sex with your demonic patron.
What the fuck,
Dude? You gotta play.
God damn. Okay.
You gotta.
And is she
play.
like a hot like succubus?
I ain't saying shit, bro.
Okay.
You gotta play.
All right.
You
all
gotta
right, that's
play,
fine.
dude. You gotta
I'll
play.
have to. I'll look into it. But no, I mean, people nowadays fuck up their whole life on the internet. That's it. And they live their whole life on the
sure.
internet. They fuck up their whole life on the internet. It is completely different than the way it was when we were kids. Because we grew up, and like we probably didn't have internet until like I was one of the first people that got internet. I was like 11, right? Like everybody would come over to my house on Saturday morning, and we'd all get on the internet together.
I'm trying to
And
think.
so-
How old were we in 2004?
Well,
that was when the internet
2004.
felt like
I
it
was
started.
I was 14 at the time.
Okay.
And so yeah, I
that's
was
about right. I was
yeah,
like, yeah.
13 or 14, something like that. And I guess yeah. And so basically, like so you got in 2004.
Well, 2004 is the year that the world started, in my opinion, because
Yeah.
World of Warcraft came out,
It did.
Lost came out, like
Mhm.
2004.
Halo 2 came out.
dude. Like 2004
was
is the
a-
best year in human history.
That was a crazy year. That
Like-
was a generational year for gaming.
and television and movies.
Yeah.
It's like I think that's also the year that like 24 came out.
Mm.
Like a bunch of shows that are still ranked like super
I
high.
forgot all about that show.
House was on TV by then, I think too.
Maybe it was like around then.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
2004 is a good year, man. Good fucking year. But yeah, I definitely think I had internet before then, but that's really when I started.
So that's when but you remember, that's the thing, right? Is like I remember, same as you do, what it was like before the internet. And
Oh, yeah.
even when we had the internet, it wasn't like really the internet until like 2008, 2010.
it wasn't
right?
this omnipresent
Yeah,
thing.
exactly. And like things kind of like there were like a few multipliers, right? There was like, 2000, it was like Facebook, and then maybe one or two other things that happened inside of that, like Occupy Wall Street, Reddit getting popular. And then it was Harambe, Donald Trump, and then COVID is what really kind of made the internet massive. And
Yeah.
now everybody's using the internet.
Yeah, it's also, I mean, when the iPhone kind of became what it is,
It was
and smart-
2007. Yeah, it came out then.
But once it like kicked into high gear,
Yeah.
and everybody's like always attached,
2010, 2011. Yeah,
we're getting to
everybody's
a
getting
weird
smartphones.
spot.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and it's like it's even the shit that I start thinking about, and you start realizing like how close it's gonna be with all like the AI shit.
Oh, yeah.
Because like obviously I play like a shitload of Warhammer, you know that. I always just like one.
I gotta
second
start
away.
an army. I think I'm considering it,
You want it? You do. We could do that next episode, honestly.
and like pick out an army or something like
So
that.
I have a full. I'm straight up gonna say it. I don't even care about the spoiler. I have the full thing set up. I am going to slowly help you pick out your army. We're gonna
Okay.
go on a little bit of a lore journey.
All right.
We're gonna be filming for roughly 48 hours, but we'll cut it down to like 20 minutes. Then Dylan's gonna come in.
Okay.
Dylan Sprouse is gonna teach you how to paint.
Okay.
Then after that, your first game, you're playing against the current world champion,
Fuck,
Richard
man.
Siegler in Warhammer. That's your first game.
I'm
I have the
gonna
whole thing
lose.
set up. I got it
I'm
all
gonna
ready to go.
lose.
Dude, you're gonna lose. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll never forget. I was playing a game against him one time, and he's like teaching me how to play. Like
As he's beating you.
yeah, but he's like telling me what to do, right?
Oh man.
But I start pulling ahead because he's telling me what to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he started getting so pissed. And then he just started bodying me. And he was
Yeah.
like, "Take that, Rich Campbell!" And I was just like, "Oh my god, dude!" Watching him win the world championship was so hype because it was right around the time that I was starting to stream
Well,
again.
how long does a game start? How long does a game take for Warhammer?
Uh,
Like an hour,
so,
right?
like if you're in a tournament,
Uh-huh.
I think that most tournaments now are probably 2.5 to 3 hours for each round.
Wow.
But you
that's
don't
insane.
need you don't need all that time.
Yeah.
But yeah, like some people do. Like you
Mhm.
at the beginning, your first game, it's gonna be like a day. You know,
If
you're
I'm
gonna be
playing
hanging
against that guy, I feel like it's gonna be 20 minutes.
out. Well, nah, dude, he's a very gracious teacher.
Oh, okay.
So
that way it's like playing with your food before you eat it.
exactly,
That's
right.
lovely. I can't wait.
Dude, he's brilliant though.
Yeah.
And the thing is too is like all the players like that,
Uh-huh.
like the way that they teach you the game, like when everything happened with like Venezuela, dude.
Yeah.
I was like sitting there and I'm like taking notes and I was like, I could very easily implement this into my Warhammer 40,000 strategies. That was some Space Marine shit, bro. I'm not getting into the issues.
It's crazy.
I'm not a politics guy.
Yeah.
That was some Space Marine shit.
It's like you can say, like, regardless of politics or anything else, holy shit, they were in and out of there, and they shut down apparently the entire country's electricity. They just turned it off.
Did you see? Okay, so I am not. You know that I don't really watch politics shit very often.
Sure.
I watched the fucking statement where I forget who was talking, where he was like, fuck around and find out. And I was like, what the fuck? This is the news? But behind it,
that's the guy that runs the military.
Yeah, there's the guy in the CIA's behind him. He's like, we knew what pets he had. And the guy in the CIA just goes,
he's smiling. He's like, like
that motherfucker.
Yes.
I was like, you fucking scumbag.
I know. It's like, yeah. It's like, are they spying on you? Look at that smile. What do you think? Yeah, I wonder. No, it was fucking insane. And the thing is, like, they went all the way in there. They were in and out. It was the same thing whenever they bombed Iran. It's like Trump just came out. He's like, yeah, by the way, we blew that shit up. It's already over. And it's like, oh my God.
They basically said, fuck around and find out.
Fuck around and find out.
And then the other one where I was just like, what the fuck is the news now? He goes, welcome to 2026.
Yeah, welcome to and then Marco Rubio, if you don't, that's the Secretary of State. He goes, if you don't know, now you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was in your chat. I remember I was actually in your chat. Dude, God forbid, do me a favor.
Yeah.
Never open up my logs.
Oh, no, I never will. Don't worry.
Oh my God, bro. I literally, I'm like just fucking typing shit. I realized typing in your chat is the most free I'll ever be on the internet.
Oh yeah. No, but I don't give a shit.
Well, but the thing is, if I'm saying something, I can say something pretty bad.
Yeah.
There's one guy above me and one guy below me saying shit way
I
can say some crazy shit.
Yeah, no, people, like, what's funny is that, and this has become like a big thing, is that oh my God, this is so stupid. So every single time that, like, there's a big game show on, every single, like, video game that has a female protagonist, my chat and, like, my viewership will go way up. It'll go up by like 4,000 or 5,000. And I'm like, why? Why is that? And then I realized that it's because XQC, Ludwig, Squeaks, Hassan, and like 4 other people will all pull up all of my streams just to read my chat say woke. That's it. Say, like, woke, DEI, get this fat bitch off the screen, everything. And so they're sitting there. They're not even watching the show. They're watching my chat. And so I know that my viewership's going way up because everybody's like, oh, what are they going to say about this one?
Your chat's like the second biggest streamer on Twitch.
Yes, yes, exactly.
It's crazy, dude. The thing is like a lot of the time, I don't really care about, like, whatever the protagonist looks like. Yeah. If it makes sense, I don't give a fuck, right? Like, as an example, I don't know if you watched it. It's a very fun show. I've actually been having a good time with it. And I'm usually like a bit of a stickler with shows. I like Fallout. I like the new show. I've had a good time with it.
A lot of people like it.
It makes sense that one of the main characters is a girl. And that character makes a lot of sense. There's interesting stuff that's happening because she's a girl. It's a real character. It's like a real fucking character. But also, to make Ella Purnell's character, I forget what her actual name is, to make her interesting, they don't have to make guy characters not interesting. They don't have to make...
It doesn't come at the expense of something else.
Exactly. Yeah. So there's, like, one of the main characters is black. I literally it makes perfect sense. One of the main characters is a girl. It makes perfect sense. The other character is like, she has a brother who's also has a very interesting story arc. And so who gives a fuck? And I don't think anybody gives a fuck about that. What people give a fuck about is the Acolyte. Dude, that fucking shit, I got so fucking mad. I think I already said this on the last one.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh my God. Did I tell you this though?
Power of many.
I was completely off the internet, bro. I was completely off the internet. Yeah. Maybe I would watch a Critical Drinker video every now and then. Sure. I fucking love his YouTube channel. So I'd watch one of his videos, shit like that, but I wasn't really super on the internet. When that shit came out, I was like, honey, can I borrow your phone? And she was like, what you gonna do? And I was like, I'm going back to Twitter.
Yeah.
I went on Mia Malkova's Twitter
Uh-huh.
and I just started shit talking Star Wars.
Good.
And I straight up, I was like
Good.
tweeting at like random people and like, this shit's dumb as
Yeah.
fuck. And everybody's just like, Mia Malkova's based as fuck. It was just
Damn,
me the
yeah.
whole time.
Let them know. Yeah.
Like fucking, and all the fucking Star Wars people were hitting her
Uh-huh.
up like, yo, you trying to do a collab? And I was like, hell
Yeah.
yeah, brother.
Yeah, for sure.
I
Definitely.
was like, "Yeah, dude."
100%.
Yeah, I don't even know. I might have said that last week. I
Yeah.
was so fucking mad.
Is it that bad? Like, I watched only a little bit of it. So, like, I saw enough of it. And, like, it's sad because, like, in a lot of the Star Wars stuff, like, they have, like, maybe a couple of cool scenes or something. But other than that, it's so, like, just shitty.
Do me a favor.
Yeah.
Watch Andor.
I haven't seen Andor. I've only heard good things about Andor.
We simultaneously
Yeah.
live in a world where Star Wars is being destroyed and the best Star Wars television show to ever
Yeah.
exist on the same tier as
Mhm.
the best movies came out. It's insane how good Andor is. And I do genuinely think, I'm confused. Is Disney retarded or is Disney just cranking out too much shit? If they just went for quality over quantity, would they be as good as they used to be? Or have they actually lost their touch? Andor is the only thing that's made me second guess that. It is that good. It is incredible. Dude, Andy Serkis,
Uh-huh.
he's just a fucking god. Everything he touches is good. Expedition fucking 33. I have
Insanely
not
good.
stopped thinking
Yes.
about it. Fucking thank you. I wouldn't have played it if
It's
it
so-
wasn't for you.
It's the game, man. It's the game.
Wow.
It is fucking ridiculous. It's actually disgusting how good it is.
My life is simultaneously better because I've played it, and also I feel empty because I want to experience
you
it
won't
again.
be able to do it again. Yeah, exactly. That's the way. I remember like standing in front of the golden door at the end of Elden Ring, being like, "Fuck."
I don't even know what that means.
Well, there's a
I'm
golden
doing it
door. Yeah, there's a golden door. It's at the end of the game, right? Big surprise. Elden Ring.
Wow.
Golden tree. Wow.
I still haven't played any of them.
Uh-huh.
I've only
you
played
need
for
to.
50.
Yeah.
Well, here's the plan. I am going to do, I'm kind of scared,
Uh-huh.
a marathon,
Yeah.
24 hours a day with Mia
Oh, you should be scared.
until I beat it.
Yeah, very scared.
Seamless co-op.
Oh my god.
Am I fucked?
I just, oh man, like I would say like you're gonna do all of them.
No, Elden Ring. Just all of Elden Ring.
Okay, all right. It could be all right.
What you think? Are you calling my girl retarded?
No, I don't think she's played the games before.
Neither
That's
have
the
I.
thing.
No.
Yeah,
No, she's bad at games though.
I-
Wait, you want to hear some crazy shit?
You were talking shit about something that she did. I forgot what it was. What was it?
I don't know. I'd talk a lot of shit, bro.
Yeah.
It took her 700 hours to beat The Witcher.
Oh, she was just having fun.
Witcher
though, right?
3.
She was having
700
fun,
hours.
right? She's just having fun. Yes. God damn.
700 fucking hours.
It's a good game. I played the fuck out of that.
700 hours, bro. I didn't play that one yet.
Really? Yeah, no, it was really good. They might be adding another DLC for The Witcher 3.
I kind of think, like, I look at The Witcher and I just go, like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I look at The Witcher and I go, gay.
Yeah?
I think The Witcher's gay.
You think he's gay?
No,
Why?
I just think I think it's
What about
lame.
it?
I don't know. It's just everything where I look, I know I'm going to get hate for this.
Yeah.
I haven't played it. So, like, I know I'm an
Uh-huh.
idiot right now. Everybody who tries to tell me to play it,
Yeah.
I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
And then the show was horrible.
I thought the first season was pretty good.
I thought the first season was bad.
Real, you thought it was bad. I didn't think it was bad. I thought it was like, I remember especially the episode with the dragon. I was like, oh, this is actually pretty nice. I like this. But it was like, it was good in a way that
It was like a 6 out of 10.
I'd say more like a 7, but like,
It was a little bit disjointed.
yeah.
It didn't really know where it was going. Is kind of how I felt. And I felt like the only thing that people were talking about was like a song. And I was like,
Yeah,
bro, I was
yeah.
like, just go watch Wicked. Like, leave
Right.
me alone.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying it was like horrible. Like, The Acolyte, for example, is like a 1 out of 10.
Yeah, it was
right?
terrible. Yeah.
So I think that The Witcher was above average. But
I would say it's above average. Yeah.
but it wasn't like, oh my God. Like, oh.
No, it wasn't. It was just like it was a good show. I liked it. It was nice the first season. After that, no, man. Like what I really and I think also like I came out of it like at the time that I watched The Witcher, I had never played The Witcher.
Mhm.
So at that point, like if I had played The Witcher and I had like a better understanding of like the world and everything, I think that watching the movie or watching the show would have taken it from like a 6 or 7 to like a 4 or 5.
Did
right?
you stream The Witcher?
I streamed it for like 2 or 3 days, and then I just played the entire thing off stream semi-recently.
It's like, so this is the other thing. Dog shit game to stream.
It's just like
It's too slow.
Yeah,
That doesn't mean it's a bad game.
right.
It's just like, it's like, I watched that supercut of you trying to stream Kingdom Come Deliverance.
That was a bad time. It was like,
not for me. I enjoyed watching you fucking struggle.
it was pathetic. Absolutely fucking pathetic. Like, I watched it and I was like, this is really bad. Holy shit.
Dude, you looked it's so
bewildered.
Funny. I genuinely think
Yeah.
that as somebody who knows you,
Uh-huh.
everybody thinks you're way more retarded than you actually are.
Well, it's whenever I'm streaming and I'm playing a game and I'm talking and I'm doing all these things at the same time, we're not really operating at 100% capacity.
You lose the
right?
ability to read.
I do.
Were you ever a big reader?
So I could I mean, it's weird that you say that because like I read probably 200 pages of text a day. Right? If you
on Twitter.
Yeah, of course, right?
Yeah.
I'm reading like messages people are sending me, like different, like, an article or something like that. I'll read 200 pages a day, but I'm like reading like these little blurbs, but like in terms of like, you're saying like novels, right?
Yeah, did you ever read like Harry Potter and like shit like that?
Oh, fuck no. Like I read like the first half of the first Harry Potter book. I read the first Lord of the Rings book because I felt like I had to, right?
You never did the Silmarillion though?
No, I never did. I own the book, but I never read it. And like I also read, I remember like in 9th grade, I got into a habit of reading a lot, and I read like all of the Warcraft books, all of the Halo books, and then I did that, and then I was like, okay, well that was fun, and then I just kind of moved on. That was it. I never thought about it again.
I kind of feel like reading.
Yeah.
It's like it's for kids and women.
It's definitely for women. Have you seen some of those women's novels that they do now?
Dude.
Can you believe that?
I have
and
a whole bookshelf.
They call us disgusting.
Dude, like
they're not even human.
they're fucking mermaids and shit.
It's a bull.
Vampires.
This is like an 8-foot tall wolf. What the fuck are you talking about? Men are disgusting because they want women with like double D chest. You want a billionaire werewolf. What the fuck are you talking about? An 8-foot tall billionaire werewolf.
Talking about an age gap. He's 8,000 years old.
Yeah, exactly. And you're 23 and he can't live without you. What a surprise.
The big one is Court of Thorns and Roses. That is the one. And they're just like, women are so comfortable with that shit.
They are.
Like Court of Thorns and Roses, that's like the equivalent of me sending you a link on Pornhub.
Yeah.
And Mia literally got my mom and my sister the book.
Holy
And then
fuck.
They're just, you want to get it? And I'm like, no, I don't want to get it.
I don't want to. Yeah, exactly.
Get out of my house.
Check me into an asylum if I do. Like, yes, what is this? No, it's so fucking crazy, the kind of stuff that they get into. It is.
Yeah.
And like I'm in shock. Like I'll hear like and then the worst part about it is you're right, is that they think it's fucking normal, right?
Well, it's not even
like,
that they think it's normal. They think that they're smarter than us.
It's like
because they're reading porn.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, I'm big into film. What's your favorite film? Girls Gone Wild. Oh, okay, that's great. Okay, yeah, like, are you a cinephile if you're going and watching porn every fucking night? Or are you into animated film if you watch hentai? Like, well, you're not a fucking reader if you're reading erotica and smut. What the fuck are we talking about?
That's the thing.
It's ridiculous. Like, oh yeah, what's your favorite book? Morning Glory Milking Farm. Oh, great. Yeah, that's definitely the same as like Pride and Prejudice.
Dude, it's wild because I do feel like so many times one of the arguments that Mia will like use against me, she's like, you're not even well read. And I'm just like, what the heck, bro?
And thank God for that.
And then there's all these like these essays, like these video essays out about like biggest red flag books that like guys can read and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's like, I just don't get it, man.
It's like different laws, whatever laws of power, 48 laws of power. It's like, oh, read like all these other books, like Lord of the Rings. Oh my God, he could be a racist or something. And then it's like, meanwhile, like you're reading this book about a guy that's a fish. Like, what do you mean he's a fish? What are you talking about? He's a fish.
No, he turns into a human under the full moon if he loves you.
You see, like if he's close enough to Atlantis, he'll become his real self, and he's actually this blonde, 7-foot tall man that's like massively chiseled and everything, and he only wants me. What a surprise!
I'll never forget one time. It was actually Mia was having a conversation with Tectone.
Oh, of course.
The most unhinged conversation I've ever heard in my entire life.
Yeah.
And he goes, yeah, so like, dude, like, what's your biggest fantasy? Like, you gotta fucking tell me. Like, what? And she goes, I like the idea of a mermaid that has sex with a sailor and becomes cum bonded to him forever. And Tectone's, that's so sick. That's literally the best fucking
badass.
Yeah. Really badass, dude.
Yeah.
I was like, what are they talking about right now?
Like, what do you mean it's badass? Like,
I want to be cum bonded. Dude.
Yeah.
How do I get cum bonded?
How do I do that? Yeah, it's a good idea.
She'll back me up on that. She dead ass said that shit, bro. But yeah, I mean, the only thing more degenerate than that is Grok, man.
You've seen the turn her around and put her in a bikini?
What?
Oh my God.
Fuck?
No, it's just like that's just what's going to happen now.
The internet's dead.
It's done. It's done. Like you're not putting the genie back in the bottle. It's not coming out. You ever had toothpaste come out of the toothpaste bottle? Does it go back in? No, it doesn't. This is not changing. It's not going to get better. It's not going to get regulated. You're going to have some random, because here's the other thing too, is like making these image generation models is going to become easier and easier and easier because, they're going to become more open source.
The hands aren't even fucked up anymore.
The hands aren't fucked up. They have 5 fingers now. Wow. And so, yeah, that's crazy. And so really, I don't see it going anywhere. Like, obviously, it's like weird if you're doing it to like women that are like, they don't, it's like you're doing this like non-consensually. It's like, it's same as like if you Photoshopped the woman's clothes off. And like, you remember back in the day, people did this on like Reddit, etc. There was like a big thing for this.
It's weird as fuck.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's also, it ruins. Like I'm not disagreeing that. Like, I don't necessarily think it's going to get regulated.
No, it's not. Like I think it's weird, but it's not going anywhere. Basically,
the issue is that first of all, you can put aside how invasive it is to an individual that
it's
gets
crazy
like,
invasive.
But if you take that out of it, pretend that it was only happening to clankers, right?
Sure.
Like the issue becomes, I don't want to be on Twitter anymore. Mm-hmm. It's a horrible environment. It's like walking down Times Square in like the fucking 80s. It's fucking weird. Like, it's just garbage. Like, every single comment, even like the fucking like, Grok, can you explain? Like, Grok ruined the internet.
I muted Grok. I did.
Oh, you can do that?
I muted Grok because every single thing was Grok explain this.
I didn't think of that.
Grok, what are they saying? And it's like, I don't really, it's not that I even dislike Grok. I use it as AI in a lot of cases. Yeah, it's a great tool, but I don't want to see it every fucking time that I open up the Twitter, like Grok explain this. Grok, what is this? Grok, is this real?
Yeah.
Like, holy fuck, man.
It's like the equivalent of watching somebody wipe their ass like unprompted over and over again. It's like, of course you do it. Like, look, I ask Grok questions like everybody's going to, and that's fine. But I don't need to see somebody else having their full ass train of thought.
Yeah,
it's fucking
with
weird.
An AI, and they're talking to it. It's like you're doing this in public. Like there's like a separate private chat that you need to have with this chatbot. Stop having conversations with the fucking chatbot in the middle of everything. It's weird. It's just fucking weird.
A great man once said, "Shameless."
Yeah, shamelessness.
It
Absolutely.
Really fucking is, and it's just so odd. And I wonder if the pendulum will swing.
Yeah,
and if people will stop doing that, because there is some weird shit going on with the Grok too.
Oh sure, I mean people do weird stuff with it. I think that this is only the beginning.
I think it'll get worse before it gets better. Yeah, well, the Razor thing.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I can't wait to load you up in there and just have it stream for me.
Sure. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah.
That's fine. And I think that if you go back and you watch the Razor commercial, I want you to notice that in every single instance, the gender of the individual that was on camera, the real person, and the AI were opposite.
You know what I also noticed?
Yep.
When it was a guy in the AI thing, it was like super supportive. It was like, yo, nice shot.
Yeah.
And then when it was a girl, it was just like, hey, did you think about doing this? I'm like, shut up.
She's programmed to. Well, they wanted to make it realistic. Yeah, of course.
She's a backseat gamer.
Yeah.
I was like, what is going on here, man?
Did you remember to take out the garbage?
Oh, non-flashbacks.
No, not
man.
again. Not again.
Dude, I straight up, I was late to come here. I was
Yeah.
like to my flight. And I was like running late, and I was just like, I gotta take out the trash. It's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be better for me to miss the flight than to not take out the trash.
Yeah.
We gotta do it. But yeah, I think that one is gonna be really weird when it comes out. I think there's gonna be a lot more products like that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think that that's getting into the area. I sent you this video. I'm not sure if you actually watched it. I think he's one of the best YouTubers. Eddie Burback.
Uh-huh.
I sent you that video where he sees how deep he can go with AI psychosis.
I'm not sure if I saw that or not. I don't know. Did you send me that? I don't remember seeing that.
I think I did. It was like,
yeah.
It was a long one. He is such a good YouTuber.
Okay.
The video basically, not to spoil it at all.
Yeah.
He goes on to ChatGPT and he basically tells ChatGPT that he was like the smartest baby to ever exist, and it just keeps agreeing with him over and over again, and keeps pushing it further and further. And he just ends up in the middle of the desert in California. And ChatGPT's like, "You're a genius. You need to keep the thoughts in the place." Like, and he's got the place like lined up with tinfoil.
Why
and
is
shit.
it in the dark?
Dude, because it told it.
Yeah.
It basically was like, "You're being followed."
Uh-huh.
It agreed with him that he was being followed at some point.
Yeah.
And he just like was like, "Look." The idea to it was, oh, this is the part where he's trying to.
Was it like?
realign.
Let me guess. So the strategy, the idea of the video is basically ChatGPT takes the reins of my entire life.
Pretty
that
much.
pretty much
And
it?
you see
Yeah.
how he's got the baby food there right
Uh-huh.
now, and he's drinking out of a bottle.
They told him to do that.
Yeah, because he
Oh,
was.
I know this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy's great.
He is my favorite YouTuber.
All right.
Personally, like he's like one of those guys who just comes out with like a geniusly produced video every now and then.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
every time
exactly.
it comes out, I stop what I'm doing and I watch it.
I feel like, you know what? I really like that about YouTube. I think that makes YouTube, in my opinion, so much more superior to Twitch. And I feel like the only guy really that's doing that kind of content on Twitch, like there's a few guys, to be fair. Like I think Germa's doing it too.
Is he still doing events?
He's back and forth,
Yeah.
right? He does it every once in a while. And like there's maybe a couple, like Ludwig will put on a cool event. Like that's great. But like I think it's really Speed. I think Speed's
the go.
He's the guy, right? He is. And like he's going out there and he's like going to Africa, right? He's like going to these tribes. He went like the China trip was like fucking amazing. I loved watching that.
He's just like. He's like one of the only real streamers. Like I watch him, and I actually feel parasocial when I watch Speed.
Yeah, well,
because I remember when he was young.
Yeah,
I remember talking about him with you multiple times and just being like, man, this kid's going down like a dark path. And it just,
so like I remember everybody was like hating on Speed, and I was one of the only people that defended him.
Yeah, no,
you
did.
I was like, what the fuck are we talking? Kid's 17. He's 18 years old. Oh my God. He made a comment and he made like he made a racial joke about Chinese people. Oh, you know, like imagine what I would be like if you recorded me at 17, okay?
Oh man.
Like, yeah, exactly. And so like, really, what are we doing here? We've got a bunch of 30-year-old men that are micromanaging this 17-year-old.
I do think there was a lot of stuff that was going on like that.
And and the thing is, he was wrong for doing some of that stuff. He was being an asshole, but he acknowledged that. And you've got to give people a chance to improve themselves.
100%.
Yeah, exactly. And it doesn't mean that, you know, there's no accountability. It just means that there has to be accountability and understanding. You've got to understand not everybody's going to come at it from the same perspective that you are. They're not going to have the same insight that you're going to have.
The difference is, though,
yeah,
how many times have you actually seen somebody do that and get better and like realize and grow on the internet?
Well,
compared to how many times somebody ends up in the suicide forest in Japan.
As an adult, very rarely.
Yeah.
As somebody growing up on the internet, quite common.
Yeah,
And
but I guess we're really just starting to see that now.
Yeah,
though, too,
exactly.
Right?
And
Yeah.
like there's a lot of people, like you look at, early PewDiePie, and like, he was way more edgy and like, childish than he is now. Now he's this distinguished Japanese dad, and like he's got his, his AI that he talks to, he uses Linux, and he doesn't really use the internet anymore, deleted Twitter. And so
Does he
like,
still make videos?
he does. He'll make a video every once in a while. And and so like I think that really you have a lot of people that grew up like, I mean, Hassan was like this, right? I mean, and like I was too. Like, I mean, if you look at like a lot of my early content that I did, I was such an obnoxious little bitch.
Yeah.
And like now I'm an obnoxious, slightly bigger bitch. But like overall, like there's been a change. And so if you don't let people evolve beyond, Hassan doing the bro tips or me doing, like,
and you just said
vent
Hassan's
trolling.
name twice, bro.
I did. Yeah, he's gonna have to watch this now, right? He'll have to complain about this again.
Rent free. He's rent free in your head, man.
Well, hey, like it's my turn, right? I mean, after so long, and so yeah,
Dude, the one thing every time that you mention like Hassan or Hassan mentions you, I just realized that. Like being like, oh yeah, like go live and be like, yeah, I like Asmon, like we're friends. I should be shitting on you because we'd get infinite content. Like if I go live and go, that guy is Mecha Hitler.
Yeah.
Like we could just farm each other back and forth.
Oh, yeah.
It's genius. I was thinking about that the other day. I was thinking about making a whole thing when you cleaned your room.
Yeah.
And just being like, yeah, no, he was so pissed that he had to clean his room that the next day he went live and he just took it out on all the Somalians.
Yeah.
And like just like being like,
he's like, I hate them, like because he's like, oh well, yeah. It's like now he had to feel good about cleaning his room, so he's like, well, they don't have rooms because the country's fucked up, right? And so it's like, yeah, it's like he had to have something to say, no doubt, right? No doubt. I don't know. I mean, to me, it's like I think about any of that drama, and I think it's funny. I do. I think it's funny, and it does. Like, I think that sometimes people take things on the internet too seriously. They do. They take things too seriously. For me,
I agree, but I want to say one thing.
I take a step back.
I'll say one thing about Hassan.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know Hassan very well. You'll never hear me at like.
Really... he was sitting right there one time. Right there where you're sitting. That's where Will was. Yeah.
No. But, in all seriousness, the thing is with Hassan, he cares about what he does.
He does. He cares
he
about
really
it a lot.
does.
Sure.
And at the end of the day, I can admire that a whole bunch.
Sure.
And,
absolutely.
I genuinely, I don't have a bad thing to say about the guy. So I
don't. The thing is, like, listen, I have disagreements with people about like an issue or whatever, but I try not to let this turn into being like a personal animosity.
Yeah, it shouldn't be.
Like, yeah, it's really just it's a matter of like disagreement. It's an ideology, etc. And like, even if somebody has like a crazy extreme ideology, I try to remember that like somebody is a person beyond that too. Mm-hmm. And like you've got to keep that in mind, especially whenever it's people that you're talking with and like listening to all the time. And it's like people have the habit, and this happens with everybody everywhere, is that people have the habit to just kind of reduce somebody down to their 3 worst takes or like their 3 biggest opinions, right? Mm-hmm. And the fact is, like, a lot of people are more than that. And I think that like really streaming, and this is what I was trying to say with YouTube, right? Is like YouTube is, in my opinion, way less mentally corrosive than streaming is.
For sure.
Like streaming, like YouTube has its own problems, because I used to always do YouTube and then I used to always do streaming, and like now I'm pretty much just doing streaming. Every once in a while I'll do a YouTube video, kind of like this, right? Yeah. But otherwise, the fact is, like, YouTube, you're always thinking about videos, whereas streaming, you can actually be off, right? And so that's a little bit different. It's like
the Vine to Vine nature is very weird about it. Like mm-hmm. with streaming, I think that's one of the reasons that so many people do politics too, is, to be completely honest. I mean, I do think it's partially because there's just always something to talk about. When you're a gameplay streamer, you're like waiting for the next release.
You're out of games.
You do run out of like mm-hmm. really good content, and YouTube's a lot different. But it's funny, this about me. I don't think a lot of people would. I make like a lot of, because I was always show focused, right? I was doing big shows for Blizzard, for Activision, for Valve, right? Yeah, with WePlay, like a bunch of different studios like that, mm-hmm. right? So I would always boil stuff down and think about shows from a show perspective, which I still think is like one of the most rewarding things ever, because it's a mix between.
Because you can go back and watch it.
Well, it's a mix between live and because all of those were live, so it was kind of like a stream, but at the same time, you had more elevated production and more to say than a lot of people will during a YouTube video. But I came up with a bunch of like little rules of thumb that I would think of.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I would always think of with streaming is very different than a YouTube video, where we can have this very multifaceted conversation.
Sure.
Somebody's going to understand that when I'm saying something, it's a joke. They're going to see the different side of you.
Yeah.
And you don't have to be a retard in front of a camera and dancing like a monkey like you kind of do when you're streaming. And because of that, you can really it's funny that you said like 3 opinions. I always thought about it like a dice. Like if you think about a dice, you can only ever see 3 sides of a dice at once. Now, even though you can only see like, let's say 1, 2, and 3, you know, because of how dice work, that there's a 4, 5, and a 6 on the other side. One of the most important things with streaming is to understand that you need to show as little as possible and let the rest be inferred.
Yeah.
Because if you don't do that, it's overwhelming and it's jarring. And you can see certain people who are really funny, they go on a stream and they're not funny. They're abrasive because they're trying to be too multifaceted.
Yeah.
And I think that further encourages exactly what you're saying.
Well, and it's also like, I mean, the way that you tell jokes on a stream is different than you tell them on a video. Like, and the thing is that generally, like my on video jokes are a lot edgier and a lot more, they can be like kind of worse in a way.
But I also think they're funnier too.
Well, yeah, exactly. And the reason why is that you have time to think about it ahead of time. And it's like one big issue with streaming is that once you say something, it's like, oh, okay, I can't undo that. Where it's like whenever you're recording a video, you can record the video, watch it back, and be like, that's a little bit too much, or oh, I should say
that's
this
not what
differently.
I meant.
Right?
Yeah,
exactly.
There's so many times that, and I'm not just saying this, I've heard you say something that people are giving you shit for.
Sure.
And I'm like, I know that that's not how he meant to say it because I've known him for fucking 10 years.
Oh yeah. That happens all the time.
But now people are going to lean in and try to make it this like horrible thing.
Yeah, of course.
Because it serves their narrative and it makes them feel better about themselves. But yeah, I think one of the other things with streaming is so much of it, and this is especially outside looking in, and I don't think you fall victim to this as much. There are a lot of people who do, a lot of people who don't, but it's a lot of just like inside jokes where people don't even tell jokes. And I think that was one of the things with like the streamer awards that kind of happened a lot, where it kind of got taken out of context when people were watching.
I think that it was 2 different communities, because you have the old Twitch community of the banter, everything's on the table to be joked about, etc. And people are really comfortable with that. And then you also have the W community, which some of them are like that, some of them are not like that. But the one thing that's certain is, like, for example, like the Kai Diddy jokes.
Yeah.
Kai had made jokes about being Diddy himself, but it's like totally different when you have like a random person who's doing that to you. And I'm not saying, like, it's one of those situations where it's like nobody's really right or wrong. I can see both people's perspective on something like that. And I'm not trying to like shit on anybody, but overall it's like you can't put these two things. It's like water and oil. You just can't put them together.
Here, there's a funny thing that happens the second that you're doing a show. The second that you're doing a live show like that, the entire perspective of what people expect is different. And that's why streamers sometimes are like the worst hosts. Like even when we did game shows, I would write the intros for certain streamers. Like I would write all their jokes at the beginning. I would tell them how to say hello and do stuff like that, because there's a different expectation.
There's a different cadence, a different like speaking style. It's like it's a different skill set, right? It's kind of like I don't know, like riding a bike versus driving a motorcycle versus, I don't know, like doing an exercise bike, right? All of these things are different, and they're kind of the same thing, but one doesn't necessarily like prepare you for the other one.
Exactly, and you might be good at one, but not.
Or like riding a horse.
Let me tell you one thing though, with that show, I think one of the craziest things for that streamer award show, there is one job that is feared among seasoned hosts, and people like on screen personalities for like produced shows, and that is the floor host. Nobody fucking wants that job. It is the hardest job in the world. The worst thing that you can hear when you get your fucking sheet and you get to run a show, if you see your name as a loser interview or a floor interview, you're like, fuck. How did I get stuck with this? And you try to write yourself out of it. It's only going to make you look bad. And there are a few things that you learn that you never do
Right.
with that. And you learn that with time, or you learn it from a mentor. One
Yeah.
of the most important things with hosting is we all had mentors.
Uh-huh.
My mentor was a man named Chris Puckett, one of the best hosts to ever fucking exist.
Oh, I recognize him.
Yeah, taught me so fucking much.
Uh-huh.
And and he's just absolutely a fucking genius. Like, he really is. There's no one better. And I learned, he told me a lot of the mistakes he made before I had to make them.
Yeah.
And one of the worst things you can do if you're ever on the floor is hand somebody the mic. You need to hold the microphone, because the second that shit goes, like, I can remember different times on Blizzard where somebody was just like, oh, and back to you guys. And then it's funny. Because you can change it. You're making funny. You can make the other person look badass when they're next to you, but you're not losing the show. You never hand out the mic. And somebody who's never done that before, how the fuck are they going to know? You're doing literally the hardest job in the world. Like, that is the hardest job, hosting, period.
Yeah.
Period. Hardest job in the world. But yeah, I thought overall that show was really good.
I thought they did a good job. Like, they did a better job than they had before. Like, anytime, like, the thing is that everybody was laughing whenever Cutie had like technical difficulties. But, like, you know, we've done shows and it's like, I remember, like, oh my God, she must be so stressed out.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I've done them before and I'm like, oh God, I feel so bad for her, right?
You know what's crazy?
It sucks.
Having hosted for a very long time, my favorite part of every show is when something went wrong. Because that's when it's like,
that's whenever you can improv.
Oh, it felt so good. I was like, all right, here we go. Like, that's the game. That's what I'm there for. I always, like, because you know me, I genuinely, you can make jokes about me. You can play the theme song right now. I only care about, like, money. If I could make money and not be on camera, like, why do I love this? Because I get to talk to you, right?
Sure, it's fun.
But, like, honestly, at the end of the day, if I made a shitload of money not being on camera, like, if I made even $1 more, I'd pick that, right?
Yeah, sure.
So I would never, like, be like, oh, like, trying to volunteer to do shit. But when we would get to a show for, like, OTK, and, like, somebody else was supposed to host and everything was going wrong, and then they turned to me and I had no time to prepare,
just
and
like,
they're like,
go,
Rich, you need to host. I'd be like, oh shit, let's put out a fire. Some good memories with that. And it's funny because a lot of the people who we still work with to this day, I met early on. Like Pecky's, literally one of the first shows I met him at. This was the second show that we were at, but my stage literally caught on fire in New Orleans, and I covered the whole thing. Nobody knew the stage was on fire. We had basically they were siphoning power from that stage to the Dota stage for a Smite Xbox booth, and some shit caught on fire.
Oh my God.
I fucking turned the camera around, and I was just like, it's getting hot in here. Like, just fucking, like, covered it up.
Heating up. Oh boy.
But, you know, we did start to get away from it. We were kind of talking about Speed, how he turned into a really incredible dude.
He did.
But on the other end, I mentioned the suicide forest. You see everything that's going on with Logan Paul right now?
So what the fuck is that? Like, so what are people talking about with Logan? I feel like about every 3 or 4 months, you're due for some controversy with Logan Paul.
You know what's crazy?
What did he do this time?
So this time it's all about Pokemon.
So, okay. A lot of people are thinking Logan Paul ruined Pokemon trading cards.
So that's the overall sentiment.
I think he did. I do. I think he ruined it. And the reason why is that he took the prices of everything and he sent them through the fucking roof.
You don't think we helped?
We absolutely helped. We did. But we wouldn't have helped if it wasn't for him. He is the reason why we did it. It's because it was working really well for him. Somebody else did it. It was working really well for that guy. And so we were thinking, all right, well, let's see if it's going to work well for us.
Who started it on Twitch? I think it was Train.
It was one of them. Yeah, there's this guy, Island Grown.
Well, Island's still doing it.
Yeah, he is.
Island's a cool dude. He's always been doing it. He was doing it even before
that was his
then.
thing.
Yeah,
it
still is. Yeah. Well, actually, you know how he started?
What's that?
Summoner's War. He was a Summoner's War guy, and then he got into the trading card stuff. Yeah,
that's an upgrade.
Yeah. So, if I remember correctly, I think Train might have done one of the very early ones.
He might have. I could see him. Like, if there's something that he could spend money on that's basically gambling, he probably did it. Yeah, he did.
The goat, bro.
And so, yeah, the guy. So, no, I think it's definitely, like, you're right. That, like, and so they're mad he's selling a Charizard?
No,
like, what is this?
So, right now, he's selling a very rare card. It's, like, Illustrator Pikachu card.
Okay.
And I think he's selling, that one right there. We
Yeah,
can pull it up on the YouTube video. I think it's already listed for like
Most expensive trading card.
2.1 with 39 days to go. And people are saying that the big anger around this card, it's rated PSA 10.
Yeah.
And they basically said that he's scamming everybody and it shouldn't be PSA 10.
Why?
Because they're based off of what they see of the card. They think that he got it regraded multiple times, got it to be a 10, and then because it's a 10, it's worth infinitely more value.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I don't know if you remember this. I was a very big advocate when we were opening the cards of not grading them ever. Because I was like, the second that we grade them,
it's going to lower the hype massively.
Yeah, because then we're going to know they're not worth anything.
Yeah.
And, somebody graded his cards and he got a bunch of 3s. And it was over after that.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, I mean, in my opinion, like it's weird that when I didn't have any money and I was like broke in like high school and like college, I love the idea of collecting stuff, right?
Yeah.
But now that I have a lot of money, I could just buy all the things that I want to collect. And so it's like, well, why would I really want to do that? Do I really care about this? I don't give a shit about this.
It's like a gambling thing where it's like, oh, if I open the pack and then I get it, like I'm in this crazy
I mean,
spot.
I would do like a Magic the Gathering unboxing or something like that and like a pack opening.
Bro,
that'd be fun.
How crazy would it be if we actually got an alpha box?
That would be fucking insane.
Can we pull up how much an alpha box is?
It's probably like what, 400,000, something like that.
I think more.
Really?
I think that it actually
like, and also
a Pokemon box, like first edition Shadowless, is at least 500,000.
I don't think we should even do that because the issue is that the people that are doing these really expensive boxes, I've heard that they can use a like an MRI machine or something like an equivalent to that to read what the cards are. And
I'm pretty sure you can't do it with Magic. So Pokemon, here's the thing. Pokemon, the original Magic cards, they don't have foils. There's no foils.
Yeah.
They're weighing it off of foils. So a heavy pack, that's how they know.
Well, no, because they can read the cards. They can read each individual
card.
You're
saying that they can actually read it with ink.
Oh, yes.
I think there are people who I trust. Oh, you were right. It is. Wait, is that Alpha Booster 500,000?
Booster pack. It's a loose booster pack for 25,000.
You never do that.
Yeah, sure.
You never do that.
And then Alpha Starter Deck box. It's just about a half a mil. Right?
I think that you can get a trusted Alpha Booster box. That would be so crazy if we did open it though.
Yeah,
we'd have to do full on like
the
suits,
mask, like hazmat suits. Yeah, exactly. I
that
think
would
that's
be
what
a
people
treat.
want to see.
Oh, but could you imagine hitting a Black Lotus?
Oh my god.
You know what's funny?
That would be disgusting.
I think I told you this. All of my normie friends.
Yeah.
They don't remember much shit. They watched occasional things, stuff like that.
Yeah.
The one thing they all remember is the day that we pulled the Swift Spectral Tiger.
That shit was fucking insane. I remember that. Oh my god. And like I was the crazy thing is I was actually in my head kind of annoyed that we were giving it away.
Oh yeah.
I was jeez, I kind of want this. Oh,
wait, you don't have one?
No, I have the normal one. I don't have the fast one. Yeah.
Oh, I have it.
Yeah, I only have the normal one.
Oh, I have.
Never got the other one.
It was hard to get, bro. Oh my god, look at that.
That was nuts.
Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
I swear, dude. The second that we started OTK, everybody got fat instantly.
Mm-hmm.
How'd that shit fucking happen, bro? This is one of my best fucking memories with OTK.
This was nuts.
This whole day was perfect.
Yeah.
Honestly, I hate to top 10 days of my life. Wow.
Oh my god.
Look at Tips.
Wow. No way. Like I remember when that happened. I forgot even how cool that was.
Oh, it's so good.
I actually did because like everybody. The thing,
dude,
is
wait, you're wearing the same fucking cardigan.
What can I say? It's a nice jacket. Yeah, it's nice.
Oh man, this is one of the best days.
Wow,
dude. The beginning. I know that I talked about this last week.
Yeah.
Those first few days, man. Those first few months.
Yeah.
Some of the happiest I've ever been.
That was crazy. And we were working like 15 hours a day then.
And just
everybody was like, it was just like the, like the founder mentality, right? Where like everything that we were doing was about that.
I mean, this was the original squad. I mean, I'll never forget when like sitting on that blow up mattress.
Yeah.
In S-Fan's old house.
Yeah. Me, you,
on
and
the 4th of July.
Or
was it the 3rd of July?
3rd, yeah, for the Classic Wild Dueling Tournament. And that was when we had the idea of it. That was fucking insane whenever we opened that pack.
I remember we had the idea of doing something.
Yeah.
And then we went to look at a house. You, me, S-Fan, Stay Safe.
That's right.
And then I kind of didn't know S-Fan as well.
Yeah.
And I was like, let's do a tournament because we know that this is like kind of what our goal is with it, to do tournaments.
Yeah.
And then we'll just give we'll let S-Fan do interviews because we didn't know what else to do. And I was just like, didn't really expect much. I think I've never seen a human being be funnier.
That made the show.
It made it.
It did. It totally made the show.
It was incredible.
Like, if it wasn't for that, the show would have been great. But like, that really took it to that next level. Like, that was something nobody had ever done before. Where he's like sitting, he green screened himself on next to the different like the characters, and so he's like interviewing the character, holding it up to it, and he's like interviewing an undead mage.
Yeah,
it was so funny.
And then if you remember, everybody then knew it was happening.
Yeah.
So everybody started stream stuffing. There's just like naked gnomes jumping up and down, and he ran with it so well.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, that's like one of those, and that was kind of like the moment where it was like, the three of us are starting this.
Yeah.
And then,
do this for sure.
and then S-Fan, in the most S-Fan fashion ever, was just like, "Yo, dude, frick, we're gonna bring on like 50 other people." And every other person he kind of brought up. He was like, "Yo, I'm doing what's it called, Classic Cast?"
Yeah.
And that's how
he did that with Stay Safe and Tips. Yeah.
And then that's how Tips kind of joined. And we already knew Tips. He was already a friend. And then we talked to him more. And then S-Fan was tight with Miz. And we were talking to some other people too.
And that's how, we got other people in too as well. And
I don't
then,
remember
like,
how we talked to Nick.
I think honestly, like, Nick was kind of always in like our friend group. And so it just kind of happened, right?
Yeah.
Because like there were a few other people in like our friend group that we wanted to bring in, but like for different reasons.
We almost brought on Mitch.
We did. Yeah, that's true.
It was not bringing on Mitch. The way that it happened was almost the worst idea ever.
Yeah,
do you remember what it was?
I remember the idea.
Dude, it was just live on stream without asking him whether or not he wanted to join OTK.
Yeah.
They were just going to, on Asmon's stream, just be like, "Mitch, do you want to join OTK?" And we were all like, "Dude, we can't do this. Like, this is just like, this kid goes so wrong."
Yeah.
Like, I've been seeing him. He's been doing a bunch of
he does Gamba streams now, and he's doing really well.
But they're good. It's
are.
not just like always just sitting there like
well,
making
like,
lazy content.
Playing Arcane Mage for years, it prepares you for gambling.
Dude, I'm very happy for him.
I am too. Like, I've watched him before, and it's crazy to see, like, what is it, 12 years later, right? And still going.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's weird.
That
right?
is crazy.
Yeah, probably more than that, actually.
To think of all of like the ups and downs.
Yeah.
Dude, there's one other thing on the list.
What is it?
That we just started to talk about this like before we started. I think it's crazy. So I kind of want to end with what are the big games coming up, but before that, we kept talking about all of the different things with how people perceive things on the internet.
Sure.
And how there's like outrage.
Yeah.
I even mentioned, I thought it was crazy that we do this whole podcast. We talked about WoW for 10 seconds and it was a joke, basically telling people we weren't going to talk about WoW.
Yeah.
And there's a shitload of people on WoW just like that, like on the WoW Twitter, just being like, "These fucking neckbeards, they don't even play the game anymore. They have a whole podcast.
Oh, they want to give their opinion about our fucking game. They don't play the fucking game. They think that they're too good for it now. Well, they're not. They're bad. They've washed. They're not good anymore. Not good like we are. We're good. They're bad."
It's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't watch it at all.
Yeah, no, it's
fine.
literally the first like 20 seconds. It was evident that that wasn't the case. But yeah, that's all it takes. It's all it takes.
On the flip side of that, that's like the funny, like, oh my God, people have these like horrible opinions about shit where they really don't pay attention to it. On the other side, there's the rabbit holes that go on. I watched the whole Moist Critical video on this last night.
Yeah.
Stranger Things. There's a thing called Conformity Gate right now.
So it's like the season finale.
So the season finale just came out.
Right.
People don't like it.
It's like Game of Thrones too.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Really?
It's pretty bad. And the thing is, I don't know if it's as bad as Game of Thrones because recency bias.
So much build up.
It's very hard to say, but ultimately the fan base is so diehard.
Yeah.
That I think that they just can't live with the fact that it's bad.
Yeah.
So they've come up with this whole thing. And if you look at the examples of this, it's actually crazy. They came up with this whole thing that there's a 9th episode coming out today, the day that we're filming.
Did it? I'm checking. I'm looking at Yeah, I don't see any of this. It looks like it didn't come out, man.
The examples.
Yeah, it didn't come out.
The examples that I've seen is there's a clock in a Stranger Things social media post.
Yeah.
That says 107. The clock's at 107. There is the video that it's posted in is 1 minute and 7 seconds long. So they're like January 7th.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is there's I would have to watch the Moist Critical. The Moist Critical video is very funny. You should watch it on stream. And then one of the other ones is that I forget. Oh, if you go on Netflix and you search Stranger Things, or if you search season 5, episode 9, because there were 8. If you search season 5, episode 9, the first thing that pops up is Stranger Things. That's the logic. And these people actually, there are people who actually believe this.
I've seen a lot of conspiracy shit. I'll believe it. Yeah, for sure. Like, I could believe that people believe that.
It's a real thing that people believe right now on the internet.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm not surprised by that even in the slightest. If you want me to be honest, I'm not. No. And of course they think that. And it's like, it's copium. It's probably total copium. As far as I know, I just checked. There's no new episode. So, yeah.
I'm not.
That's it.
I'm not surprised there, but it's just so crazy. I wanted to bring it up just to see how deep.
Yeah.
People have so much cognitive dissonance that they'd rather create a whole conspiracy theory than be like, oh my God, the thing that I like is not good.
Yeah, it's not good.
But speaking of things that we like, video games. This is kind of my big thing. I've been playing a lot more video games now again.
Right.
When's the next really good one? Because Hytale's coming out. I showed you there's that little indie game that I'm excited for.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be like a solid 2 days of fun.
Yeah.
And then there's like Enfield.
Arknight's Enfield. That's right.
What is that the next really big one that we got faith in?
I mean, it's going to be a good game. I played the beta. It's a fun game. It's great. I mean, it's just the thing is that it's kind of like a mix between like Genshin Impact and Dragon's Dogma, kind of.
Okay.
Because you have like companions with you that help you do stuff, or like Grand Blue Fantasy Relink that's open world. Like, I mean, the combat. Like, I'm excited. I'm very excited for the game, but it is just going to be another gacha game, right? And so, like, if you've played those games before, you played Wuthering Waves, you played Zenless Zone Zero, you played Genshin Impact, like they're all kind of the same. And so, like, you're gonna. Well, I mean, they kind of are, right? I mean, it's the general.
The only thing that sticks out in my memory, that I want to feel again, Lost Ark. I want a game that feels like that. Man.
Well, the thing is, like, the reason why it's so hard to get into Lost Ark, right? To like have another game that can get into that feeling, is that you started effectively. It's like, you ever find like a really great TV show that already has 5 seasons to it, and so it's like you're just living high on the hog for like 2 weeks, right? And unless you're like binging it like crazy, like, and you're just watching this regularly, like every night you're watching 3 episodes of it, and it's like you're playing a game, and it's like a brand new video game, and like you're unemployed, and so you can just play this all day every day, and it feels amazing. And so, like, really, is it going to be one of those games? Like, I don't really think it's going to be one of those games, but that's why Lost Ark was so good. It's because it was already so far developed into Korea.
Oh yeah, I mean, we got to play for like a month straight. I mean, but the thing is it was genuinely a good game, and it didn't get to the point where there was really good horizontal progression. The vertical progression was good too, but there was good horizontal progression.
It was a great game. The reason why Lost Ark, I think, didn't do well is that it added in too many pass-fail mechanics.
Well, it did do well.
Well,
for a month.
Yeah, of course, right? And I'd say it did well for 6 months, really.
Yeah.
It was successful for 6 months to a year.
It was the biggest thing on Twitch for a month.
It was, it was massive. And I think that after Belshazzar like kind of came out and it was done, that was kind of the last hurrah of the game, because that was kind of like inside of the story that they created that like you played through in the campaign. Like, I guess Akan was there too, but Belshazzar seemed like kind of the Lich King of the story, right? You kill her, and like things are kind of going downhill from there.
It just, at a certain point, every game turns into chores to keep players engaged, to keep them playing, and you're waiting for new content, and there are too many options now. There's too much going on. People don't enjoy that as much, and I think that that's fine, and we should enjoy games when they come out when they're good.
Yeah.
Any game that lasts for a month That makes me so happy.
I don't need every game to last forever. Like I've played a lot of games. Like I've gotten more used to playing single player games and then just enjoying them and then moving on to the next one. Like I beat Code Vein recently because the second game comes out. Oh, that's another new one for this month. Code Vein comes out, I think, on the 26th.
Should I
the
play
22nd.
Code Vein?
It's a Souls-like game. So if you like, maybe you should try it for the first day.
Yeah.
That way it'll get you kind of acclimated to like what Elden Ring will probably kind of be like, right?
Okay.
Like in an abstract way.
Yeah, it's wild because I feel the same way.
Yeah.
I feel like there's not going to be a World of Warcraft again, probably. Like there's not
Maybe
going to
the
be
Riot MMO is going to be good in 10 years.
I doubt it. Now, if I'm pleasantly surprised, I hope that it is, but I doubt it. I mean, just look at the development issues they've already had, right?
They had to restart.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
and then
They lost
Ghostcrawler,
Ghostcrawler,
well,
yep.
but he goes off, does the other side of the
And
vision.
now his game is dying too.
It's already dead. He lost funding. Yeah, he did like a little vertical slice, and I forget who all played. I think Co-Carnage, Josh Hayes, a bunch of really good people who gave honest feedback, but doing a vertical slice is dangerous when you're trying to secure more funding.
Yeah.
And it didn't look super polished. 10-cent cut funding. Yeah, so that game's dead. So it's kind of like half the Riot game's dead in a weird way. And yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. I'm sitting here like waiting for the next big thing. And I feel like everything that's good right now is friend slop.
Yeah. I think that's generally true. Those games are really popular, like the RV There Yet and all that stuff. Like,
I wanna
yeah,
play
for
it,
sure.
bro.
Yeah.
You know what I was thinking about doing?
I remember you invited me to play with you and the other two guys.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
I don't know if I say who it is, but like the two other individuals that like we know.
They're gonna get a kick out of that.
Yeah. Well, it's for their own good, okay? It's for their own good. I'm trying to help you guys out, all right? And so, yes, and I got invited. Honestly, I should have gone and played with you guys. I should have.
You should have. We were
I
just
know,
chilling.
I know.
Yeah, we were
It's
just
been
chilling.
badass.
You know what I want to do right now?
Yeah.
But I can't think of how we should do it. I started playing it for a little bit last night.
What's that?
I actually rage quit really hard. Like I punched the keyboard and ended stream.
Yeah.
But the egging on or whatever.
Egging on, yeah.
Egging on that, bro. I want to make like a bet with you right now. Who can beat it before the next episode?
I want to see what the game is first. I'm not going to write a blank fucking check.
You got to jump it. Here's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If I lose, I'd be willing to be your mute for a week straight.
Can I, if I win, can you just not do that? Or how about that? Okay. All right.
I was
look.
like trying to think of like, what's the ultimate humiliation ritual?
Well, that'll be good for both of us then.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
No, dude.
Okay.
This game,
Yeah.
I want to see you play it so bad.
All right. I'll look into it.
Wubby played it. This is it.
Egging on.
So here's the thing that you can't see right away. You got to hit the tip of the egg to jump higher. So you kind of have to like time
So
your.
it's like
You got to like roll the egg around. I saw Queso play it, and then I think Wubby beat it. Bro, it is the most infuriating shit I've ever fucking
It
played.
looks like it'll be really fucking annoying.
Dude,
It looks really, really, really fucking annoying.
I want to start doing like random fucking challenges on these
Yeah.
fucking just absolute slop games that slap.
There was one
Oh
game
my god,
like
why
that
didn't you go to the other platform?
What an idiot.
That was
What-
a dumbass.
The thing is, like, I went in and I played the one game I played like that. It was called Eternity Egg.
Was that the clown ass shit?
Yeah.
I saw that for a few fucking minutes. Was it good?
Yeah. It was a good game. It played well. It
Yeah.
played really well.
Yeah.
It really did. I didn't want to admit it, but it actually played extremely well.
You know
It's
the
phenomenal.
so RV There Yet? I feel like we need to play that eventually.
Yeah.
The egg one is really fucking good. There was another one though that looked solid. There's this one called Goblin Cleanup.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Dungeon
Yeah.
Cleanup, something
Yeah.
like that. That one looks kind of cool. There's like a few of them that I'm like,
Mhm.
damn, we gotta like actually try.
I would
that shit.
try out the RV There Yet. I think that's the best one. Egging On or Are We There Yet? And I think there's one other one.
Yeah, like egging on's like good like solo
Yeah.
game, you know.
Yeah.
And like if we did a challenge, I don't know if I could beat you. I would have to beat you with raw hours.
I don't know how good at that game. I feel like I would be decent at the game, but I would just simply rage out and then quit.
I'm trying to think who's actually better at games now.
I don't know, really. Like I think generally most people are better than me at video games because I play video games to not think.
On stream, you're not great. Off stream, you're great. I mean, I've played WoW with you off stream, and you're like genuinely very good.
Well, because I that's all I played.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're good at the Souls games, right? I mean, it did end twitch.tv/Asmongold, but beyond that, I know a lot of people said that you're so bad at Souls games that you turned into Hitler, but I still haven't
Well, they
seen
keep getting
myself.
it wrong. They keep saying it's Dark Souls 3. It wasn't Dark Souls 3. It was Dark Souls 1. Like, yeah, it was before that. By the time I got to Dark Souls 3, I had already embraced it.
Yeah.
Like I was totally black-pilled by Dark Souls 3.
Yeah.
Dark Souls 1, I went into it, oh wow, what's this gonna be like? And it was awful. Oh my god, I got so mad
But
playing
you
that
also,
game.
I've never seen you get addicted to something like that.
I played the fuck out of that game. I love that game.
You were a crackhead, bro.
Yeah, I loved it.
It was wild.
It was such a good game.
Because it
Such
was
an
just like,
insanely
you
good
were
fucking
never
game.
not playing a Souls
Yeah.
game. But now you love them.
I
Like
do.
because you told me that
I
you
played
thought
every single
Black Myth Wukong.
Beat that one. Yep.
Yeah, you told me that was like one of the best games.
It should have won Game of the Year last year.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah.
Even, I bought it, but I didn't even play it. Yet.
It's phenomenal. It's
Yeah.
just, it's an absolute masterclass. 10 out of 10 game.
Dude.
Yeah.
I'm excited for Elden Ring because
Mm-hmm.
if you rate it that high, and the last thing that you talked about like that was Expedition 33,
It's that good.
I can't stop thinking about Expedition.
In
33.
my opinion, like Expedition 33 and Elden Ring are equivalent to each other.
but different. Very different.
Yeah, they're
right?
very
Yeah.
different. Like, from narrative perspective, Expedition 33 was way higher. From lore perspective, Elden Ring I think was better. Like, I mean, in terms of like the in-game narrative is better in Expedition 33, but like the world lore in Elden Ring I think is better. And
Yeah.
I like the combat in Elden
Lore
Ring
and
better.
story are two very different things.
They are.
And I feel like people forget that a lot.
Well, like lore is like world building and like the existing like kind of setting of the game, and narrative is what you're playing. right?
exactly.
Yeah, it's like what they tell you. It's
Like,
like
there-
dialogue.
I love Warhammer 40,000 lore.
Yeah.
I actually really like Genshin Impact lore.
Yeah, sure.
Now for Warhammer, I've never read any of the books yet, so
Uh-huh.
I don't know how good the story, like the narrative,
Yeah.
is of those books, or if I like it. But I like the world that's
Mm-hmm.
built. And then for Genshin Impact, dude, at least at the beginning, I haven't played since Gara or whatever Ito, the rock guy, came out. That's the
Uh-huh.
last time I played. The world though that was built up with that game, like the
Inazuma
lore
or whatever?
yeah, around Inazuma time. The overall lore, I would watch lore videos and I was like, damn, this is like one of the most badass
Yeah.
things ever. But then you get to the narrative in the game and it's just like, Paimon's hungry, and I was just like, oh my god, tell me what bullets
Yeah.
taste like right now. Like I can't fucking take this shit.
Honkai Star Rail had a really good story like that too.
Dude.
Yeah, they did a great job with that.
I couldn't get into Honkai Star Rail, bro. I literally was getting my hair transplant when
Uh-huh.
it came out.
Yeah.
That's when I got my hair transplant. I needed something to distract me. And I was like,
You
I'm just
couldn't
gonna
even
sit
do
and look
it.
at the
Yeah.
ceiling. I couldn't get into it. I wailed on the one character. I was so fucking bored. I couldn't
Sela?
get into
Yeah.
it. The first one, yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yes, Sela.
Oh, I remember.
and she
I remember all of them.
Just one shot
Yeah.
and everything. Could not get
Illusions
into
of the past.
it. Yep.
Mhm.
I've max wailed her. Hated the game.
Mhm.
Logged on one other time a year later, and I was like, man, this character's cool. And then I wailed on another banner, and I was like, what am I
Yep.
doing? Didn't even play again. But yeah, no, I didn't get into that. You need to have that experience though.
What do you mean?
You should go get a hair transplant from my guy.
Let's talk about that next episode. We'll talk about that more next episode. We'll get into it. Guys, we had a great episode. Thank you all very much for watching. We really appreciate it. Also, the support from the last one has been insane. Honestly, it vastly exceeded our expectations.
That's true.
Crazy expectations. What the fuck? And so thank you guys. We really appreciate it. We have a Patreon also. We're going to try to make extra content on the regular. We already did one last week. We're going to do another one this week too.
Yep.
And so, yeah, we really appreciate you guys, everybody coming out, being part of this. And yeah. That's about it.
One other thing, just like with the Patreon, we're gonna keep it rolling here for a little while. That'll be up on the Patreon.
Sure.
And for the Patreon in general, I am going on there every day. So if you did actually join the Patreon,
Yeah, we have a Discord. We're
Yeah.
gonna make a guild. We're gonna do some other stuff too. And so it's just a matter of like, we just started this kind of, a couple weeks ago. And
Yeah.
so we're kind of building out what is and what isn't. Right?
we'll talk about the WoW Guild on the
Yeah,
Patreon
that's a
thing
good
because
idea.
we'll set it up.
Okay.
And then yeah, but if you go onto the Patreon, join that Discord. If you do link it, there's also a free option on the Patreon too. We want everybody involved. Let us know guests that you want to see. Next
Yes.
week should be the first guest
Yeah.
that we're actually
somebody on.
having. So
Yeah.
we're planning on having guests pretty much every week. We wanted to hang out and just like catch up for these first two,
Yeah,
get in
yeah.
the flow of things. But we're going to start having guests. So if you go onto the Patreon, go into the Discord, tell us any recommendations. We're also going to do some crazy shit in the real world too.
Yeah.
So let us know any ideas you have. Thank you so much. We're going to roll everybody's names who supported us on
Absolutely.
Patreon. Thank you guys.
So yeah, thank you guys all so much for watching. We really appreciate it, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.